Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Chinese President Xi Jinping will meet in the city of Wuhan this weekend. China says the two leaders are not expected to sign any agreements or issue any joint statement at the end of the summit. Chinese Foreign Minister said, and I quote, both sides have agreed not to sign an agreement or release any joint document but to reach important consensus to resolve outstanding issues. Asked whether Doklam and boundary dispute will figure in the talks, he said the two countries need to create conditions and trust between them to resolve the boundary issue. Sources, meanwhile, have told WION that no formal agenda has been listed for the summit. The two countries will discuss their respective perspectives on outstanding issues. The sources said that the effort would be to understand the domestic policy of each country and remove misconception, if any. There are no specific issue on the agenda table. The meeting comes amid realization that there is need for greater communication at the highest political levels and that this may not happen in a structured manner. The discussion, which won't be across the table, would concentrate on the positives between the two sides. And I'm joined by my colleague Siddhant Sibal, our Foreign Affairs correspondent. Siddhant, tell me, what is the structure of this informal meet, the news you are breaking?
Well, basically, we have learned that this won't be a structured meeting. It will be a very informal meeting between both the leaders because there was a growing realization between both the sides that both the sides should come together and the lines of communication should always be open. This at a time when the Indian Prime Minister has been engaging with other major countries, whether it's Germany, where he made a stopover, whether it's UK, where he visited for the Chogam meet, or whether it's the French President's visit. So this informal meet is in line with all the meets which have happened, outgoing as well as incoming. So clearly the focus is that, and of course the strategic communication, that's the word which can be used, because strategic communication between both the leaders needs to be opened because of what happened last year, the Doklam incident that had a long shadow on India and China. So India, basically the thought process is that India and China can come together, they can talk and they can talk informally. There will be no joint statement coming out of this entire thing. And what's the difference between the formal and an informal summit is that a formal summit, the agenda is already decided. There is a paper which is given to both the leaders. They speak out.
See, the news which you are breaking, Siddhant.
Siddhant, they give their pointers.
Siddhant, what I really want to know is why this informal structure has been decided by both the countries. Why is it like that? Why this informality? Why a shift from the earlier position?
Well, this informality has been done so that the top leadership, that's the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the Chinese counterpart, Chinese President Xi Jinping, can open their heart and open their mind and can discuss what is on their mind, what is the priority both domestically and internationally without the presence of officials. So that is why this is an informal meet, so that a strategic communication opens, and of course it will be a broad-based and overarching discussion which will taking place between both the leaders. And the agenda is not decided. The issues that are present are not going to get solved overnight. They will be discussed, of course, but that is not listed on the agenda. There will be no joint communication that will be presented. That is why the word informal has been used, that it's an informal discussion. Both the leaders will come together without notes. Usually what happens in a summit is that notes are given to the leaders. They have been briefed by the officials. So this time around, this is not going to happen. And of course, the process had started long time ago, and of course it's the culmination which is taking place now with this informal summit that will take place in Wuhan, China later this week.